Good evening, everyone, from the Roundhouse in Marshalltown. It's time for Cedar Falls Tiger basketball. Tonight, we've got a 4A Substate final featuring the Tigers from Cedar Falls against the Tigers from Valley of West Des Moines. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Dave Finnegan, and I'm so glad you could be with us here this evening for the game that will decide who goes to the Class 4A state tournament a week from tonight in Des Moines. These two teams, they're on fire right at this moment. The Valley Tigers, winners of 14 straight games. The Cedar Falls Tigers have connected for 15 straight victories. Valley, a 60-42 win last Friday night against Cedar Rapids Jefferson in their Substate semifinal round game. Cedar Falls downing Marshalltown 56-42 in their Substate final as well. These two teams couldn't be much more evenly matched if they tried, and it's going to be fun to watch the Tigers and the Tigers do battle here for the right to go to state. Cedar Falls, of course, has been there the last 4 years. Champions in 2018 and 2019, semifinalists in third place in 2020, semifinalists again in 2021. They'd love to go back. And of course, at the start of that journey, a game in 2018, the last time these two teams met, it was Cedar Falls over Valley in a 4A state semifinal round game on March 8th of 2018 by the final score of 67-58. Cedar Falls Tiger fans would love an equal result here tonight, but it's going to be an uphill task. It's time for the keys to tonight's game, and they're brought to you by Anderson Collision in Cedar Falls, the collision repair specialists. For Cedar Falls tonight, key number one, they can't allow the big man from Valley, Ruat Bijek, to get every rebound here in this game. He averages 7 boards a game. He's a big kid coming in at 6'8", and the Tigers are going to have to find ways to keep him off the glass here tonight. The Tigers, they've got some size of their own, no question about that, but they haven't faced anybody quite like Ruat Bijek yet here this season. For the Tigers, they've got to push them to the perimeter. The Cedar Falls Tigers have to push the Valley Tigers, that is, to the perimeter with their defense here this afternoon. Much as Waterloo West yesterday afternoon had to push Ankeny Centennial to the perimeter successfully. Ultimately, the Tigers of Cedar Falls are going to have to do that again here tonight. Valley averaging just about 32% per game this season from three-point land, and that's going to have to force Curtis Stinson, Kiki Dang, and others to step up and hit some outside shots tonight for Valley. And key number 3, the Tigers are going to have to handle adversity the same way they did against Marshalltown on Friday night. The Tigers were outscored in the third quarter of that ball game at 16-3. Cedar Falls really struggled offensively in that contest, and they're going to have to come up with ways to stem the tide of momentum here over the course of the game this evening. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game, and they're brought to you by Bo Jorgensen at Farm Bureau. For the Valley Tigers, number 22, Ruat Bijek, a 6'9" senior, gets the nod tonight for the Valley Tigers. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block per game, 55% from the floor, and a team best 79% from the free throw line. Curtis Stinson Jr., of course, his dad played ball at Iowa State here about 15 or so years ago. He wears number 30, stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. He's a freshman. Stinson, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal per game, 42% from the floor, 33% from 3. Number 2, Kiki Dang, another freshman, 6 feet 3 inches tall. Dang, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal per game, 48% from the floor, 43% from 3. Number 24, Mason Morrow, a senior, 6 feet tall. Morrow, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals per game for the Valley Tigers. He's a 40% shooter from the floor and 54% from the free throw line. And rounding out the starting 5 tonight for the Valley Tigers is number 14, Travion Carson, 6 foot 3 inch junior. Carson, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal per game for Valley, 52% from the floor, 79% from the free throw line. For the Cedar Falls Tigers, of course, they're coming into tonight winners of 15 straight basketball games. It's going to be the same lineup that's started most of those victories. Number 3, Aaron Brost, 6 foot 2 inch senior, starts tonight for the Tigers of Cedar Falls. Brost, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists per game. It's Trey Campbell, the senior, 6 feet 4 inches tall, UNI bound. Wears number 4, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals per game. Dallas Bear, the 6 foot 8 inch junior, wears number 10, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal per game. Number 12, Derek Woods, a 6 foot 1 inch junior. In the middle, Cade Corbett, 6 foot 7 inch sophomore, starts tonight for Cedar Falls. Corbett, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 block shots per game. And those are the starting lineups for tonight's game, and they're brought to you by Bo Jorgensen, your Farm Bureau agent. Give him a call today at 234-2000 and learn how to protect your home, family, farm, and future. Valley, the home team tonight. They're the top seed in the Substate, wearing the home white jersey tops with white shorts trimmed in orange and black. Black lettering, black numerals on the fronts and backs of the jerseys trimmed in orange. The Tigers in the traveling reds. Red tops, red shorts, trimmed in black and white. White lettering, white numerals on the fronts and backs of jerseys trimmed in black. Dallas Bear and Ruat Bijek step to the center circle, and we're just about set for basketball here from Marshalltown. It's Valley controlling the opening tip-off, and the ball goes into the backcourt to Mason Morrow. He gives off for Bijek right away. Tigers look in the zone here right off the bat here. Looks like a triangle and two here to start the ball game here for Ryan Schultz and his squad. Here's a drive, blocked away at the rim by Cade Corbett. Emphatically rejected from Curtis Stinson. Tigers take over. Head of the pack, it's Derek Woods. Valley of West Des Moines goes man-to-man here on the opening possession. Here's Campbell, crosses over, goes to his right, pitches back out for Corbett. He's left alone, three-point shot from Cade, no good. Offensive rebound, Derek Woods. He has it sucked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Cedar Falls on the offensive end. Woods having trouble getting it in, and it's a 5-second violation. Tigers of Cedar Falls just ran out of time there. Turnover, possession back to Valley. No score early in this one, a minute gone. Valley plays catch with it along the perimeter. Stinson, left side it goes. Morrow, inside to Bijek. He whips it back out quickly to DJ Lewis. Lewis starting in the lineup tonight instead of Day. A little more experience with Lewis, the junior. Stinson's got basketball. It's a high screen from Bijek. Stolen away from behind. Went right back to Valley, though. Carson at the rim, and he lays it in for two. First points of the game belong to Valley. And it's Trevion Carson putting Valley up 2-0. Woods nearly traveled with basketball in the front court. Gets it way back up top for Dallas Bear. Left side wing for Aaron Brose. Back to Trey Campbell, top of the key. Brose drives it, free throw line extended, back out to Trey Campbell. Tigers set it back up here in the half court. Trey pulls up, 17-foot jumper, too strong, and the rebound cleared by Valley. Up ahead to Morrow. He drives it one-on-one against Trey Campbell. Forced up a shot. Couldn't get it down. Good defense that time by Trey, and it's rebounded by Aaron Brose. 6 minutes to play, first quarter. Valley 2, Cedar Falls nothing. Campbell squares up, 17-foot jumper, and he rattled it home. Trey Campbell with the first points of the game for Cedar Falls. We're knotting it 2 apiece. Into the offensive zone, it's Trevion Carson. Bounce pass across the court. Coming back to Curtis Stinson. Stinson left side, he plays it for DJ Lewis, back to Bijek. Covered up by Dallas Bear. Pass in the corners, partially deflected. Makes its way through to Carson. Back now, 3-point shot on the way, off target, no good from Lewis. But it's offensively rebounded by Valley, and a traveling violation against Bijek before he was able to make it to the rim right there. Teams still feeling each other out here in the early going. You get the sense that this is not going to be a high-scoring game here tonight. Valley averaging 67 a game, Cedar Falls 65. Possessions mean just a little bit more here in the postseason. Here's Corbett, spins into the paint, he nearly traveled, got away with it. Pitches back out for Dallas Bear, gets shot fake by Dallas, drives the baseline far side, back out to Derek Woods. Off to Bear, he drives it into the left side, elbow extended, pitches it way back out front for Campbell. Trey crosses over, tries to go baseline, cut off by Morrow. Bounce pass, nice cut that time by Woods. He's fouled at the rim, and he'll have an opportunity to convert some free throws here. The first foul of the game is whistled against Valley's Ruat Bijek. First on Bijek, and that's the first team foul against Valley. Derek Woods shooting free throws, and he left the first one short. Still tied 2 apiece with 4:46 to go here in the first. Woods' second free throw is hurled home, and the Cedar Falls Tigers have their first lead. It's 3-2. And still their starting fives on the floor. Morrow walks it into the front court. High post feed for Bijek. He's outside the arc between the circles. Crosses over to the left. Bounce pass over for Stinson. He drives it, dishes it, back out. Bijek, deep three on the way. Backboard and rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Stinson. He's nearly tied up, but he threw the pass right to Trey Campbell. Trey with the steal. 4:20 to play in the quarter. Trey up ahead of the pack. Draws the defender in the air and picks up and draws another foul. This one will go against Carson of West Des Moines Valley. We got a 30-second timeout on the floor with 4:18 to play. Cedar Falls with a slim 3-2 lead here in the early going, but an opportunity to remind you the postseason tournament athletics on Cruise and KCFI, as well as 1650 The Fan, are brought to you by Greater Good Electric, Anderson Collision, City Builders, Knutson Chiropractic, Steamboat Gardens, Dalton Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Fireplaces, Witham Auto Centers, First Bank, Bill Caldwell Ford, Peterson, Hudson Hardware Plumbing and Heating, Brad Jacobson State Farm, Community Motors, L&M Transportation, Rummel Matson Insurance, Cedar Falls Schools, Fairway, Quay Siding and Windows, and Western Home Communities. Thank those great sponsors for their support. Trey Campbell out of the timeout will have 2 free throw attempts. He's an 84% shooter for the season. He was well short on the first one. Just didn't have his legs into that one at all. Frustrated with himself, but he'll shake it off. One of the great individual seasons in Tiger history right now. That's what Trey Campbell's got going as he swishes home the second free throw for his 3rd point of the game. Cedar Falls 4, Valley 2. Stinson with a basketball, deep on the right side elbow. Zips a pass down low for Carson. He's at the right side block, partially blocked away from behind by Cade Corbett for Cedar Falls. Great defense on the trail by Cade. Trey Campbell with a basketball, crosses over, drives it into the paint, bounce pass baseline for Corbett, who sticks it up and in for 2. He made the big play on the defensive end, comes up with a basket of his own on the offensive end. 6-2, Cedar Falls on top. 3:40 to play first quarter. Stinson with a basketball, left side elbow extended. Back up to Morrow, he's got it between the circles. Derek Woods with a defensive assignment there. Near side for DJ Lewis. Out to the top. Over to Stinson, left side. Back out to Carson. Good defense here by the Tigers. Here's a baseline drive by Stinson. Gives it off to Morrow. Morrow's been in the lane a long time. Finally, Lewis gets the basketball. Down to 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Still 6-2. 3-point shot on the way. In and out, no good. Bijek with the offensive rebound and put back. No box out that time. That's exactly what we talked about at the top, was not to allow Bijek to get a lot of offensive rebounds, and he stuck that one back in about as easily as one could expect for the Deuce. Inside of 3 minutes to play first quarter, Cedar Falls still on top, 6-4. Here's Campbell, step back jumper from 16, that's off target, no good. And a rebound cleared by Stinson for West Des Moines Valley. Up ahead to Morrow. Valley works it around the perimeter to the near side corner. Reverse to Morrow, left alone, 3-point shot, left it short, rebound grabbed by Derek Woods. Neither team is substituted yet, they both will here at the next dead ball. Campbell uses the crossover dribble, corner to Bear, lines up a 3, that's too strong. Offensive rebound tipped by Core, but it went right to Stinson. Stinson ahead of the pack, drives it all the way, leaves it for Morrow, back out to Lewis. Corner out of Stinson. Up top now to DJ Lewis. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Still 6-4 in favor of Cedar Falls. Valley had the first basket. Cedar Falls scored the next 6. And Bijak got a putback here a moment ago. Top to Lewis. He'll take the 3. Off to the target to the left. No good. Rebounded by Dallas Bear for Cedar Falls. Campbell will walk it into the front court. Anthony Galvin set to check in for Cedar Falls at the next dead ball. Campbell guarded by Morrow here, man-to-man defensively. Corner it goes. Corbett not even thinking about the 3 right there. Leaves it for Bear, right side wing. Back to Corbett in the far side corner. Cade on the dribble drive. Nice lead that time for Woods, who missed the layup. Another point-blank miss there for Cedar Falls. They've got to get those down here tonight. Valley trailing by 2, back to the offensive attack with 1:15 to play in the quarter. Stinson between the circles. Tigers goes a little bit of a zone look here defensively. Here's a drive. Well, should have been an easy layup that time for Lewis. He tried to pass off. Finally forced to reset its offensive attack. Here's Stinson on the drive, back out to Bijak. Bijak gets into the corner near side for Carson. Down low to Bijak and a reach-in foul against Cedar Falls. First Tiger team foul of the game, and it's going to be whistled against Trey Campbell. Substitution, Cedar Falls sends Jake Peters and Anthony Galvin into the game. Derek Woods and Cade Corbett will check out. Morrow checks out for Valley. He's replaced by Drew Seppel, the 6-foot junior. 45 seconds to go in the first. Low-scoring quarter, 6-4 in favor of Cedar Falls. Bijak left side wing, covered up by Dallas Bear. Cut off baseline, spins, back out to Stinson. Stinson in the lane, lost control of the basketball, and Dallas Bear comes away with a steal. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Cedar Falls not holding for one shot. That's not their MO at the end of the first quarter of play. Bounce pass inside the arc for Peters. Down to 15 seconds now. Looks like the Tigers will wait for the last one here. 10 seconds to play. Brost goes to get it at the top of the arc. Looking for Campbell. Bounce pass way back up front. Down to 3 seconds. Down to 2. Campbell's going to have to get a shot up. He does. Through traffic at the buzzer. Good defense by Valley to force the miss. After one low-scoring quarter of play, it's Cedar Falls 6, Valley of West Des Moines 4. We're back with a second quarter right after this, here on Cruising KCFI. Cedar Falls basketball as we start quarter number 2. Aaron Brost, Dallas Bear, Trey Campbell, Anthony Galvin, and Jake Peters, the 5 for Cedar Falls. Campbell goes all the way back near half court, gets the play call. Morrow, Stinson, Carson, Bijak. Here's an interior feed for Jake Peters. He forced a shot up, missed it, gets his own rebound, leaves it for Campbell. Little floater from 8, no good. And Bijak rebounds for Valley. 2 good looks at the basket right there. Ball out of bounds, turnover. Good defense on the trail that time. I believe it was Brost that poked it away, forced the turnover. Cedar Falls still with the 6-4 lead. Trey into the front court, leaves for Anthony Galvin right side. Corey Dallas Bear in front of the Valley bench. Gives off for Campbell. They're face guarding him all the way. Trey drives it baseline. In the corner now for Galvin, back to Brost. He brings it back to the top of the key. Brost on the drive, has it poked away momentarily. Gets it back. That's Trey Campbell right side on the wing. Trey on the drive, floats it, left it well short. Altered by a double team. Peters with the offensive rebound and a reach-in foul against Valley. Peters has been in the right place at the right time a couple of different times. And that's going to be 2 personals on Trevion Carson. So 2 on Carson. First player in this game with 2 personal fouls. 3 team fouls on Valley, just 1 so far against Cedar Falls. 6:50 to go first half. 6-4 Cedar Falls with the lead. Campbell with a crossover dribble, goes against Curtis Stinson, hops into the paint, forces at the shot, that hits the top of the backboard twice, and it's rebounded by Bijak. Trey's trying to force a little too much right now offensively. Here's Lewis, left side wing, 3 on the way, left it short. Bijak with the offensive rebound, puts it back up, 2 hops off the iron and no good. Dallas Bear with a rebound. Neither team lighting the world on fire here offensively, to say the least. Here's Dallas in the front court for Cedar Falls, gives it for Brost, drives it baseline. Bounce pass back out for Dallas Bear. Dallas squares up, 3 on the way to short. Offensive rebound. It's going to be grabbed by Brost. Brost hops into the lane. Back out for Campbell. He'll take the 3-point shot. Got it this time! Trey with the tray. 9-4 Cedar Falls. The way this game's played out, that feels like a 20-point lead here at this point. 5:50 to play first half. Cedar Falls by 5. Stinson with possession. Lobs it in the corner near side for far side rather for Carson. Back out to Stinson. He's 2 steps outside the arc. Over to Carson. 3-point shot. Backboard and rim. No good from the corner. And the rebound tip to Cade Corbett for Cedar Falls. Both teams will substitute to the next dead ball. Nice crossover move by Trey. Missed the shot. Tip up by Corbett. No good, and it went right to Stinson on the rebound. Tigers have had a lot of two-shot possessions here in the last few trips down the floor, but haven't been able to convert. Boy, Valley just does not look comfortable on this floor, wanting to shoot the basketball. 5:10 to go before halftime. 9-4 Cedar Falls. Stinson puts up a floater from 15 feet backboard. Little bit of rim. Missed the shot again. Rebounded by Cedar Falls. Campbell into the front court with a dribble. Left side for Brost. Back out to Dallas Bear. He's got it right between the circles. Off to Trey Campbell. He'll take the deep three-point shot. In and out, no good. That was 2/3 of the way down. Bijek with a rebound. Up ahead to Stinson. He catches it in transition. Whistle and an offensive foul. It's going to be an offensive foul, and that's going to be Bijek with his second personal. So 2 on Bijek. Substitutions all over the place. We're just going to reset all lineups here for you right now. For Cedar Falls, it's Anthony Galvin, Dallas Bear, Derek Woods, Cade Corbett, and Carter Jewell. Mason Morrow, Curtis Stinson, Kurt Dio. Number 40 is checked in for the first time. Number 10, Chuck Epperly. Here's a fadeaway shot by Cade Corbett on the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Valley. The ball movement here by Tigers of Valley. Here's a three-point shot. Corner, no good. Rebounded by Anthony Galvin for Cedar Falls. Approaching the 4-minute mark, the halfway point of quarter number 2. Still 9-4. Valley yet to score in this quarter. Here's Dallas Bear on the drive. Hands off to Carter Jewell. Skip pass over to Woods, near side. Back to Dallas Bear on the other side. Right side in front of the Valley bench. Here's Dallas on the drive. Wraparound pass. Back out to Woods. He'll hop into the paint. Floated up. Off the backboard and rim, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Seppel for Valley. Comes in the corner to Epperly, all reversed by Valley. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Dribble drive by Epperly. Gets it back out, top of the key for Seppel. Curtis Stinson now with it. Stinson drives it inside, left alone. Right hand layup is good. Valley finally gets on the board in the second quarter. Cedar Falls 9, Valley 6. 3:13 to play, first half. Teams will substitute here at the next dead ball once again. Derek Woods left side, now it's Carter Jewell. Tries the entry feed for Dallas Bear, he's got it. Dallas boxes defender down to the block, back out to Corbett. 3 on the way, off target, no good. Rebounded by Valley. Stinson quickly into the front court with possession, leaves it for Morrow. Back up at the top, Epperly over to Stinson. Corner near side from Morrow. Playing this game at what would seem to be Valley's pace right here. Very half-court game, but the Tigers, that 2-3 zone has really been effective so far. Stinson in the corner. Ball reversed. Whistle. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Valley on the charge. The personal foul goes against Mason Morrow. First on Morrow. 5th team foul so far against Valley. Just 1 against Cedar Falls as Jewell checks out. So does Galvin. The Tiger starters back on the floor. Bear, Campbell, Brost, Corbett, Woods. Bijek checks back in. He's joined by Dew, Morrow, Lewis, and Epperly. Brost with a basketball. Gets it back out. Trey Campbell, left side wing. Drives it inside. Puts up the floater from 12, and Trey gets it down again. 8 points for Trey Campbell. Tigers of Cedar Falls 11. Tigers of Valley 6. 2 minutes to play. First half. 3-point shot by Epperly, no good. Good job on the glass that time by Cade Corbett to screen out against Dew. There's Trey into the front court with a dribble. Stop and go move. Spins, gets it back out. Bear, right wing 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound tip. Tigers are going to get another crack at it. Here's Campbell. Deep 3 from the left wing. Good! Trey Campbell in double digits with 11. He's got 11 of the Cedar Falls 14 points. 8-point lead for Cedar Falls, 14-6. Here's Bija. He looks to answer for three. That's off target, no good. Rebounded by Cade Corbett for Cedar Falls. 1:20 to play here, first half. Campbell up in front of the timeline. Leaves it for Dallas Bear. He spins in the paint. Circus shot. 4 hops off the iron and down. Dallas Bear with his first field goal. Valley's going to take a timeout. And the Valley coaching staff is furious right now with a call that was apparently not made, at least in their view, and that's going to be a technical foul. Tigers are going to shoot free throws coming out of this timeout. 16-6 Cedar Falls, 1:13 to play here, first half. And Cedar Falls is going to have the opportunity to choose who they want to shoot free throws here coming out of this timeout. That may have also been a little bit of a, hey, let's wake up, fellas, kind of move for his squad there. So that's the 16th foul against Valley. Of course, the technical doesn't go against a specific player. That's a bench technical against Valley of West Des Moines. And Trey Campbell will be the shooter for Cedar Falls. Why wouldn't he be? He's got 11 points so far in this game. It's a lonely feeling. Big Jim all alone. Substate final. Shooting technical free throws by yourself, and Trey Campbell, well, what do I know? He sinks the first one for his 12th point of the game. Cedar Falls 17, Valley of West Des Moines 6. And it'll be Cedar Falls basketball after the technical. Second one, good. So Valley, their coaching staff just cost the team 2 points and potentially more if the Cedar Falls Tigers can cash in here. 1:10 to play here before halftime. Campbell, Bear, Brost, Corbett, Woods the 5 for Cedar Falls. Brost was looking for Dallas on a back cut that time, couldn't find him. Here's Trey Campbell, ahead to Corbett. Corbett, he's bumped out front by Dew, and that's going to be 1-1 right now. Team foul number 7 against Valley. First personal on Kurt Dew, with 58.8 seconds to play here, first half. Valley will substitute. Stinson back in, Epperly out, Carson back in, Dew out for Valley. Cedar Falls will counter with Owen Denholm, kind of a defensive specialist in the backcourt, and Trey Campbell will come out for the last minute of this game, or last minute of the first half, I should say. Corbett to the line. Not the best free throw shooter for Cedar Falls, 56%. Left this one short, though, and it's rebounded by Morrow for Valley. Cedar Falls 18, Valley 6, inside of a minute remaining here in the first half. Stinson out front, leaves it for Lewis. Stinson gets it back, right wing, drives it inside, zips a pass back out. 3 on the way, off target, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Valley. Here's Bijek, he puts it back up and sticks it home for 2. Ron Bijek with his 4th point of the game. Half a minute to play before halftime. Cedar Falls by 10. 18-8 is our score. Barrel walking into the front court. Cedar Falls will hold for one shot right now, spreading the court. Ryan Schultz advising his team of which play he'd like to see here. Down to 8 seconds. Gross gets it near the circles. Here's Bear inside the arc. Fadeaway shot from 16. Curled 2 times around and out. Full court shot before the buzzer didn't go down. Heartbreaker there for Dallas Bear, but I'm sure if his team can play 16 more minutes of defense like they just did, he'll be fine with not having that one go down. We're at halftime here at the Roundhouse in Marshalltown, Iowa. Your score at intermission. Cedar Falls leads the Class 4A Substate Final by the score of 18-8 over Valley of West Des Moines. We'll be back with the first half scoring statistics right after this. You're listening to Cedar Falls Tiger postseason tournament basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. We're at halftime here at the Roundhouse in Marshalltown. Just a beautiful gymnasium, perfect mix of old school and new school. And it's been an old school, grinded out kind of defensive first half of basketball here between The Tigers of West Des Moines Valley and the Tigers of Cedar Falls. With Cedar Falls on top here at halftime by the score of 18-8. Glad you've chosen to be with us here tonight on Cruisin'. Dave Finnegan with you here tonight. As mentioned from Marshalltown, Valley really struggling against that Cedar Falls zone here. Let's see if they make some adjustments for that here in the second half. But Valley, 4 baskets in the first half, none of which came from three-point range. Valley did not attempt a first half free throw. Cedar Falls committing just 1 foul in the first half of this basketball game. And 8 points, that's where we're at here in the first half of this contest. 4 in the first quarter for Valley, 4 in the second.
Make sure that we're always over and then closing out. Then we've got to come together when they're hitting gaps and take that penetration off.
On the other side for Cedar Falls, just 4 players in the scoring column for CF as well, the number 14 in Class 4A. Trey Campbell leading all scorers in this game with 13 points. If he were playing by himself right here, he'd be ahead 13-8. 2 points for Dallas Bear, 2 for Cade Corbett, and 1 for Derek Woods. Cedar Falls Tigers as a team in the first half connected on 6 baskets from the field, 2 of which came from three-point land. Tigers as a team 4 for 6, 67% in the first half from the foul line. They were the aggressors getting the ball to the basket against the man-to-man defense at Valley. Cedar Falls scored 6 points in the first quarter and 12 in the second for their team total of 18 points. If Cedar Falls wins, we'll have to wait and find out. The other Substate finals on the floor here tonight. If Cedar Falls wins, we'll follow them all the way to the state tournament next week in Des Moines. Bruce and KCFI will have coverage of every Tiger game down in Des Moines next week. First possession of the third quarter for Valley, and it ends in a foul on Trey Campbell, his second. He's the only player with any fouls in this game for Cedar Falls. Stinson on the inbounds pass. 3 from the far side corner, no good. Offensive rebound cleared by Trevion Carson, and a foul called against Dallas Bear going over the back for the rebound as Carson had the inside position. So Cedar Falls has allowed 2 fouls in 8 seconds of play here in the second half. Starters for both teams on the floor. It's Morrow, Bijek, Lewis, Carson, and Stinson. For Valley, Woods, Brost, Campbell, Corbett, Bear for Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls on top, 18-8 over Valley of West Des Moines. The number 4 Cedar Falls Tigers, the number 5 Valley Tigers. Valley 20-3 coming into this game. Cedar Falls 19-2, both on huge win streaks entering tonight's game. Here's Morrow on the drive, floats it off the glass, no good. Rebounded, cleared by Aaron Brost. Drake Campbell walks into the front court for the Cedar Falls offense, leading by 10. Here's Corbett left all alone underneath for 2. Tigers go to the set play right off the bat, and they score the easy basket. Second hoop of the game for Cade Corbett. Cedar Falls 20, Valley 8. 1 minute gone, third quarter here from the Roundhouse. Stinson out near the top, gives off right side for Morrow. Looking for room to operate, bounce pass in the high post. Back out now, Stinson a 3, off target, no good. Tip back by Carson, no good, and a foul from behind against, I think Derek Woods is going to pick that one up for Cedar Falls. First on Derek Woods, third against Cedar Falls in the second half. And Trevion Carson will go to the line for 2 free throws. He's a 79% free thrower on the season, and he's very confidently putting that first one through. Carson's third point of the game. And he's good on the second as well. Cedar Falls 20, Valley 10, 6:45 to play, third quarter. Campbell off a screen, skips it back to Aaron Brost, back up top now to Dallas Bear. Here's Brost, thought about the 3, instead gives off for Trey Campbell, drives against Bijak and sticks it home for 2. Cade Corbett with the first 2 baskets of the second half for Cedar Falls. 22-10, Cedar Falls with the lead, 6:15 to play, third quarter. Morrow right side wing, guarded by Derek Woods. Tigers sticking with that 2-3 zone defense here. Whistle and a hand-checking foul against Cade Corbett. That's the 4th team foul already in the second half against Cedar Falls. Nobody in foul problems yet for the Tigers, but it's been a tight whistle here so far. Morrow to inbound. Looking, still looking. Finally lobs it way back out front for Lewis. Skip pass to Stinson. Valley shoots at the hoop to my left here in the 3rd quarter. Morrow top of the key. Right side wing for DJ Lewis. He's on the drive. Pulls up in the lane. Floater from 12. Got it down. Got a correction to issue here. Kiki Deng's wearing number 12, not number 2. Campbell backs it away for Cedar Falls. 5.5 minutes to play here, 3rd quarter. 22-12 Cedar Falls. Campbell on the pull-up shot from 12. Front rim no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Both teams claiming it was off on the other, and it'll be Cedar Falls basketball. Lob pass in for Cade Corbett. Gives off for Campbell. 3 on the way from Trey. Front rim again, no good. Rebounded by Valley. Deng with a basketball into the front court. Back to Stinson. Stinson in the lane. Out to Bijek. Bijek spins. Travel, got away with it. Try to pass it through. Corbett steals it for Cedar Falls. Cade's made some nice plays on both ends of the floor here in the second half. Corbett up ahead. Drives it against Bijek. Blocked shot. Rebounded Deng. And he looked like he just threw it out of bounds. Oh no, it was tipped. Looked like it was tipped on the trail by Dallas Bear. 4:54 to play, 3rd quarter. Bijek bounces it in to Curtis Stinson. Drew Seppels into the game once again for Valley. He gets it left side. Reversed over to Stinson on the right. Tigers sticking with that zone. Here's Bijek, 3 on the way from the corner. Missed the shot, no good. Offensive rebound cleared by Carson. Entry feed to Bijek. He elbowed Trey Campbell. Baskets counts, and a foul called against Cade Corbett on the reach in. That's the 5th team foul in the second half against Cedar Falls. And Bijek scores his 3rd field goal of the game, looking for point number 7. Bijak's free throw is through. 22-15. Cedar Falls lead trimmed to 7. Aaron Brost has the dribble for Cedar Falls. Brings it left side. Looking for Trey Campbell. Try to bounce pass. It was a lazy one. It's stolen by Carson. Up ahead to Bijak. Valley looking to maintain its momentum right here. Stinson drives it inside the arc against Campbell. Campbell straight up. Layup good for Stinson. Ryan Schultz is going to spend a 30-second timeout with exactly 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Cedar Falls Tiger postseason tournament basketball is brought to you by Action Garage Builders, 5th Street Tire, Bo Jorgensen, Blackhawk Mutual Insurance, Cedar Valley Building, Channel Seeds, Deary Brothers Collision Center, Iowa Sports Supply, K-Tank, The Scoop Feed and Supply, Viridian Credit Union, ADI, Berkshire Hathaway One Realty Center, Rudy's Tacos, Ted Electric, Tubbs R Us, and Gosling & Company PC. Team fouls in the second half, 5 so far against Cedar Falls, none against Valley. Nobody on Cedar Falls in much foul problem. Trey Campbell with 2, Cade Corbett with 2. On the other side, Carson and Bijek each with 2 apiece for Valley. Tigers stick with their starter. Cedar Falls Tigers, I should say. Entry feed. Nice wraparound pass. Shot up by Woods, no good. And the rebound by Valley. They've got all the momentum here right now. Tigers executed well out of that set. Here's a floating layup by Deng. It's no good. Rebounded by Cade Corbett. Cedar Falls needed a stop right there. 22-17, Cedar Falls with the lead, 3:25 to play. Here's Dallas Bear, three-point shot from the right wing, no good. And the rebound by Bijak, and he's bumped by Derek Woods for Derek's second personal foul, and the 16th foul against Cedar Falls. 6 fouls to none here in the second half. Woods will check out, Galvin in for Cedar Falls. Valley scored 8 points in the first half. They've got 9 already here in the third quarter. Stinson maintains the dribble, brings it to the right side wing. Top of the key now to Carson. In the corner it goes. Three-point shot. Seppel got it. His first basket of the game. And the Cedar Falls lead is down to 2. It's 22-20. Galvin leaves it for Brose between the circles. Over to Cade Corbett. Backs down his defender, Bijak. Dallas Bears got it. Back to Corbett. Left side wing. Trey Campbell a 3. That's 2 hops off the iron and no good. Rebounded by Stinson for Valley. Valley can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3 with 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. High post feed, Bijak. Straight on jumper, no good. And a huge shove by Bijak, and the official finally caught it. Third on Ruat Bijak. And the first Valley team foul in the second half. Boy, I'd like to see Cedar Falls go right at Cade Corbett here on this next possession. See if they can get a 4th foul on Bijak. Jake Peters is going to come in at the next dead ball. 2:15 to play in the third. Galvin, bounce pass, near side for Trey Campbell. Anthony gets it back near the left side wing. Brose now top of the key. Over to Dallas Bear. Dallas drives it baseline, puts up a floater, too strong, rebounded by Carson. And a reach-in foul from behind on Trey Campbell. That's going to be 3 on Trey. And believe it or not, that's the 7th team foul already in the second half against Cedar Falls. Boy, that whistle just turned on a dime there, didn't it? Peters in, Corbett out for Cedar Falls with 2 minutes to play here in the quarter. It'll be Travion Carson to the line for 2 free throws. He can tie this game up here. First one is good. 22-21 Cedar Falls. Carson 3 for 3 from the free throw line here in the second half. 5 points for the game. Second one airborne and down. We're tied at 22. It's a brand new ball game with 10 minutes left. Dew checks back in for Valley. He'll replace Bijak. Going to protect him with the 3 fouls here. All the momentum with Valley right now. Cedar Falls has been outscored 14-4 here in the third quarter. It's exactly what we talked about, trying to handle the adversity the way they did against Marshalltown on Friday night. Tigers of Cedar Falls were outscored 16-3 in the fourth quarter. Here's Campbell on the baseline drive, try to wrap around pass. It was deflected. Brose gets it back. He's in trouble. Finally gets free to Galvin. 1:35 to play, third quarter. Dallas Bear drives it against Stinson. Stinson matching up hard. Brose, top of the key, looking for room to operate. Leaves it for Trey Campbell. Campbell drives, draws a triple team, puts up a floater and got the shot down anyway. Huge basket for Trey Campbell, and Cedar Falls back on top, 24-22. Tigers go back to the 2-3 zone look defensively. Stinson uses the dribble between the circles, left alone, 3-point shot, on the way, no good. Rebound, tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with Cedar Falls. It'll stay with Valley. Bear the last to touch. Morrow to inbound. Looking, nearly stolen by Galvin, but Stinson's got the basketball with a minute to play in the third. Stinson, right side wing. Over to Carson. Morrow, near side corner. Tigers of Cedar Falls in that zone. Top of the key now to Seppel. 40 seconds to play, third quarter. Valley's going to take the air out of the basketball and hold for one shot right here. Might as well do it. It's the last season you're going to be able to. Shot clock in play in high school basketball in Iowa here in 2022. Down to 15 seconds. Valley working the ball along the perimeter. Tigers coming out to challenge them a little bit. Down to 8 seconds. Morrow, bounce pass to Dew. Morrow gets it back, 2 seconds, 1. Seppel before the horn, aired it out, rebounded by Galvin. Third quarter is in the books. Valley draws closer. We've got 8 interesting minutes of basketball remaining for a state tournament berth. After 3, Cedar Falls 24, Valley of West Des Moines 22. Back with a fourth period after this. You're listening to Cedar Falls Tiger postseason tournament basketball on Cruisin' KCFI. Cedar Falls has the first possession of quarter number 4. Let's see who's going to go to the state tournament here in about 20 or so minutes. Cade Corbett, Trey Campbell, here's Dallas Bear, he'll take the 3. Finally, Dallas gets one down! Right side from 21 feet, Dallas Bear puts his team back up 27-22. Valley with its first offensive possession of quarter number 4. Dang. Right side for Morrow. Bounce pass down low for Carson. Wrap around in the corner. Stinson. He'll try to answer with a 3. No good. Rebound tipped out long, and it should be Cedar Falls basketball. It is. 7:16 to play in regulation. Dallas Bear with clutch 3 here a moment ago. Trey Campbell, Dallas Bear, Carter Jewell, Cade Corbett, and Derek Woods the 5 for Cedar Falls. Benson Morrow, Curtis Stinson, Ruat Bijak, Jodion Carson, and Kiki Dang, 5. As Corbett stuffs on the baseline jam. No-look feed from Trey Campbell. Cade Corbett, right place, right time, took it by Bijak and stuffed it for 2. Cedar Falls with the first 5 points of the fourth quarter. 29-22 Tigers. 6:40 to play in regulation. Right side for Stinson. Top of the key now to Bijak. Stinson gets it back. Tigers 2-3 zone. Here's Dang. 3 on the way. Swish. Dang swishes it from distance. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 6 minutes, 28 seconds to play in regulation. We'll be back in 1 minute with more here on Cruisin' KCFI. It's going to be Cedar Falls basketball out of the timeout. 29-25 the score. Trey Campbell's going to slowly bring it into the front court. Over to Carter Jewell in front of the Tiger bench. Holds it over his head. Covered up tightly. Here's Dallas Bear. Straight on 3. Left it well short. Out of bounds. Valley basketball. Dallas never looked like he had his feet centered underneath him right there. One and done possession for Cedar Falls. Gives possession back to Valley, who trails by 4. Morrow and Dang play catch with on the perimeter. Now it's reversed right side for Stinson. Back to Morrow. Stinson right side. Morrow top of the key. Baseline for Bijak. Faked out Dallas Bear for a moment, but didn't take the shot. Inside of 6 minutes to play here, fourth quarter. Valley very patient here offensively. Here's Dang, 3 on the way. He made one a moment ago, but left this one short. That's rebounded by Dallas Bear for Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls, of course, ran the table last season, won 20 straight ball games. Came up short in the semifinal at State against Johnston. I know that haunts a lot of these young men right here. They'd love to have another chance. Here's Trey Campbell, crosses over, fades away. 14-footer, too strong, and a rebound to Bijak. Approaching the 5-minute mark to play here in regulation. Stolen away by Corbett. 1-on-2 the other way. Cade's going to think better of it and pulled it back out to Derek Woods. Dallas Bear, top of the key. On the drive and a foul called against Valley. Dallas had a step that time, and I believe it was on Mason Morrow. Morrow picks up his second personal foul. That's his team foul number 2 against Valley in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes, 54 seconds to play in regulation. Jewell checks out, throws back in. Here's a lob play on the inbounds. Woods! The Tigers haven't run that in several games. They finally executed successfully, and it's Trey Campbell tipping it home for his 17th point of the game. 31-25. Here's Stinson on the drive. He puts it in off the glass. Quick baskets for both schools. 31-27 Cedar Falls. 4.5 minutes to play in the ballgame. In regulation, I should say. Here's Trey on the drive. Stops. Puts up the floater. Missed the shot, but he's hacked on the arm, and he'll get free throws. So many times it's been Trey time late in the fourth quarter of these games. Can he do it one more time? Campbell to the line for 2 free throws. He's 3 for 4 from the line, make it 4 for 5 as he's good on the first. Cedar Falls by 5. It's 32-27. Second one from Trey, rattles home and down. Trey with 19 points. It's a 6-point Cedar Falls lead, 33-27. Tigers versus Tigers. Stinson sets up the offense here for Valley. Well, it's a real shame one of these two teams isn't going to go to state. There's no question that these are 2 of the top 5 in the state. Here's Bijak at the rim, scores, and he's fouled. Bijak just kind of got the basketball through traffic. Right place, right time at the front of the rim. Got caught on the arm by Dallas Bear and now has an opportunity to finish the 3-point play. Bijak, line drives the free throw in. 10 points for Ruat Bijak. 33-30. Cedar Falls by 3. 4 minutes to play in regulation. Campbell walks it into the front court for Cedar Falls. Goes on the drive, lost control, but it went right to Brost. Cade Corbett picks it up now, left side wing. They use it for Trey Campbell. Carson keeps him at an arm's distance. Campbell will walk it back out into the court stripe. Campbell on the drive, whistle, and going to be a reach-in foul against Valley. First foul on Curtis Stinson. That's the 4th team foul against Valley. And now Derek Woods plays it into Trey Campbell with 3 minutes, 38 seconds to play in regulation time. Bear, top of the key. Right side for Brost. Brost lost control, had it poked away. Stolen by Dang, and he gets it free to Bijak. Bijak up ahead. Stinson leaves it for Carson. Carson scores. He's fouled, and it'll be a chance for a 3-point play. That's the 3rd personal on Derek Woods. And we're a free throw away from a tie ball game here at Marshalltown. Carson spins it, puts it up, gets it down. 9th point for Travion Carson. Ryan Schultz is going to take a timeout with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the game. We're going to spend one too. Buckle your seatbelts, here we go. The 4A state tournament rides in the balance, and we'll have the finish for you in 60 seconds here on Cruisin' KCFI. We're tied at 33. 3 minutes, 19 seconds to play here in regulation time. Derek Woods, Trey Campbell, Aaron Brost, Cade Corbett, and Dallas Bear for Cedar Falls. Kiki Dane, Curtis Stinson, Ruat Bijak, Mason Morrow, and Trevion Carson. The starters on the floor for both schools right now. Brost, just off center right side. He's got the basketball, back out to Trey Campbell. Trey's going to hold it near midcourt right now. Campbell just maintaining the dribble out near midcourt. Finally gives it off to Derek Woods. 2.5 minutes to go. Campbell frees himself up, drives it to the left side baseline, waits for defenders to get in the air. Shot blocked by Bijek, rebounded by Campbell, through the paint, shot up, and in! Campbell puts Cedar Falls back on top with 2:17 to go. 35-33, Cedar Falls. Here's the drive, Seppel. Wraparound pass, nobody there, turnover! Ball over to Cedar Falls with 2:06 to go. Seppel was looking for Stinson on the wraparound bounce pass, but Stinson had gone back towards the top of the key. And Seppel threw it right to the Cedar Falls, or to the Valley student section. Morrow's going to check into the lineup for Valley. Seppel will come out. Now the starters are on the floor. Dallas Bear with a bounce pass in for Trey Campbell. Cedar Falls back to the offensive attack with 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. High screen given by Corbett for Campbell. Trey weaves his way through traffic. His pass deflected, stolen away by Morrow. 2-on-1 to the other end. Morrow leaves it back for Carson. Good defense on the trail by Cedar Falls. Stinson inside the arc. Corner. Carson lines up a three-pointer. Got it. Valley leads. Travion Carson, his first three of the game. Valley's first lead since it was 2-0. And with 90 seconds to play, Ryan Schultz is going to take a full timeout. We'll take one too. 1:30 to play. It's Valley 36, Cedar Falls 35. We're back with the finish after this on Cruisin' KCFI. Out of the timeout, Cedar Falls has possession. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Valley has 2 full. Cedar Falls has a full and a 30. Campbell dribbling the basketball out near the midcourt line, waiting for his offensive set to get into motion. Dallas Bear right side. Campbell gets it back. 1:10 to go. Looking for Bear in the corner. Campbell used up his dribble, stopped at the left side wing, back out to Derek Woods. Trey comes to get it back. Campbell. A reach-in foul committed. That'll be the 4th on Travion Carson. 15 foul against Valley. 62 seconds remain. Campbell, Bear, Brost, Corbett, Woods for Cedar Falls. Inside of a minute to go. Cedar Falls shoots for the lead back. Here's Corbett on the interior. Puts it up. Got it down! Cade Corbett on the roll to the basket. Cedar Falls back on top by 1. 42 seconds to play in the game. Stinson outside the arc. Maneuvers the basketball near side for Dank. Back out to Stinson. 34 seconds. Crowd on its feet here at the Roundhouse. 25 seconds to go. Valley can hold for a shot that would send it to the state tournament. Cedar Falls is a defensive stop away potentially. Bijek outside the arc, gives off for Morrow. On the drive, leaves it for Bijek. Bijek traveled with the basketball. He traveled with 13 seconds to go. Valley's going to take a timeout. Bijek shuffled his feet before he could get the pass away. 13.2 left on the clock. Cedar Falls 37, Valley 36. The Valley Tigers spend their next to last timeout. Let's reset it for you right here, right now. Cedar Falls with a 1-point lead and the basketball. 13.2 seconds remain. Alternate possession arrow would favor Valley in the event of a jump ball. Team fouls. Cedar Falls has committed 9 here in the second half, while Valley has been whistled for just 5. So they've got 1 to give right here, right now. Dallas Bear takes the floor. Carter Jewell in. He's one of the better free throw shooters on the team. Trey Campbell, Aaron Brost, and Cade Corbett. Bijek guarding the inbounds here against Dallas Bear. Campbell comes to get it. 12 seconds. Bear gets it back. Down to 11. Down to 10. They've got to get the foul, and they do so with 8.6 remaining. Bear's walking to the free throw line. He's not going to get free throws yet. Second personal on Stinson. 8.6 seconds remain. It'll be Bear to throw it in on the sideline. Tigers have 2 timeouts remaining. Ryan Schultz is going to take one right here. Bear had a little trouble getting the ball inbounds right there. It'll be a full timeout. We're going to keep it right here. We're not going anywhere. This late here in regulation. Still 37-36 Cedar Falls. Valley is out of fouls to give, so anything that they foul on the rest of the way, it'll be Cedar Falls shooting free throws. Trey Campbell has led the way for the Cedar Falls Tigers with 21 points. Cade Corbett with 10, 8 of them here in the second half. Dallas Bear, Trey Campbell, Aaron Brost, Carter Jewell, the senior, and Cade Corbett, the sophomore, take the floor. It'll be Brost to inbound this time. Lob pass way back in for Campbell. He's shoved from behind by Morrow. That's the 3rd foul on Morrow. And Trey Campbell will shoot the 2 biggest free throws of his high school career. Well, 1 plus the bonus, I should say. With 7 7/10 seconds to play here. In regulation time, and Valley's going to take a full timeout. That's their last timeout. So they're drawing up a potential either game tying or game winning play here in this huddle. Cedar Falls led after 1 quarter of play, 6-4. Outscored Valley 12-4 in the second quarter to take an 18-8 halftime lead. The Valley Tigers outscored Cedar Falls 14-6 in the third quarter to pull this game within 2, 24-22. And then Cedar Falls with a 13-12 edge so far in this quarter. Or I should say Valley with a 14-13 edge. It's getting so close so late. Hard to keep up with the math sometimes, folks, but let's let the basketball speak for itself here in the last little less than 8 seconds. Here we go. Trey Campbell, he's ready at the foul line. Valley breaks the huddle after the timeout. They've just been whistled for their 7th team foul here in the second half. 1-1 for Campbell. Cedar Falls has abandoned the free throw line. Campbell's free throw, good. 22 points for the senior Trey Campbell, the All-Stater, headed to UNI next year. It's 38-36. Campbell's second free throw, good. The Tigers can't be beat right now. They can only be tied. Stinson with 6. Ahead of the timeline to 5. Down to 4. Here's Dang. Top of the key. His toe is on the line. 3-pointer. Off the back of the iron. The Tigers are going back to the state tournament again. Unbelievable. What a basketball game. The defensive grind all the way. And it's Cedar Falls coming out on top by 3. 39-36. The Tigers are on the way to state. Cedar Falls Tigers student section has rushed the floor. The team is happy, the coaches are happy, the fans are happy. And it's hard for me to say that I'm not a little bit happy for these young men as well. They worked hard, they earned it, and they're going back to the state tournament here next week. Time and opponent to be determined, but we'll be with them all the way. Cedar Falls, the 4th-ranked team in 4A, wins for the 16th straight time, the 20th time overall this season, and they're going to the state tournament with a 39-36, a hard-fought win tonight here over Valley of West Des Moines. Back here tonight for a final time from the Roundhouse in Marshalltown. Just a beautiful facility. Of course, it's been refurbished here over the last several years, but it's home tonight to one of the most competitive basketball games of the season for the Cedar Falls Tiger boys basketball team. They come away with a hard-fought 39-36 win this evening over the Valley Tigers. Cedar Falls now 20-2. They advance to the Class 4A state basketball tournament. They'll be joined next week by teams that I've confirmed so far. Waukee Northwest is in. Cedar Rapids Kennedy is in. Cedar Rapids Prairie is also in. So the 380 corridor in the Mississippi Valley Conference will be well represented here tonight. Burlington has also advanced to the state tournament. Would you believe that? Burlington wouldn't have thought they'd be in the state tournament this season, but the Greyhounds are going to state here next week as well. That's going to do it for us here tonight from the Roundhouse in Marshalltown. The final score, Cedar Falls back to state again. 39-36, the final over the Valley Tigers. For all of us at Cruiser, this is Dave Finnegan saying so long, and congratulations, Cedar Falls. Let's head back to the well. Drives, draws a triple T, puts up a floater and got the shot down anyway. Ray Campbell, here's Dallas Bear, he'll take the three. Finally, Dallas gets one down. As Corbett stops on the baseline jam. Here's a lob play on the inbounds, Woods, and it's Trey Campbell tipping it home for his 17th point of the game. 31-25, here's Stinson on the drive, he puts it in off the glass. Easy, up ahead, Stinson leaves it for Carson. Carson scores, he's fouled, and it'll be a chance for a three-point play. Campbell frees himself up through the paint, shot up, and in! Stinson inside the arc, corner, Carson lines up a three-pointer, got it. Valley leads. Here's Corbett on the interior, puts it up, got it down! Cade Corbett on the roll to the basket. Cedar Falls back on top by one. Here we go. Trey Campbell, he's ready at the foul line. Campbell's second free throw, good. Here's Tank, top of the key. His toe is on the line, three-pointer, off the back of the iron. The Tigers are going back to the state tournament again. Unbelievable!